starting.
We won't start talking straight away. I'll hold on for a moment. See if we get a few, see everybody coming to say hello. Right, hi everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Well, tonight I've got the lovely Carol Haycox with us from FMM Sugarcraft. She's here to show you the marvellous cutters that she uses, how to make a peony, and she's also launching with a brand new cutter. So it's here tonight, nobody's got it, but we have, and it's the gingerbread slam set, okay? So this is on our website, you can buy this tonight. It's first one's out, guys, so make sure you watch what Carol's going to do with this marvellous little fella. So what I'm going to just show you is, oh, so hello Carol.
Hello. You're just going to show them me.
I was going to just show you, yeah. I do want to applaud Carol tonight because Carol had a bit of an accident today.
What's the shit? Tell them.
The poor girl fell flying across her bedroom, nearly pushed the dressing table into the wall. And we was thinking she might not get here because of the storm. And it was because she was having her own storm in her own bedroom. And her husband didn't hear a thing.
No.
So, but she's here, alive and well, which we're really pleased to know about. So sorry about the dogs in the background. Just 1 second. 1 second. Hey, you let me down tonight. Get in there.
Obviously hearing something that we can't hear, but it's very windy, isn't it?
It's probably your 2 dogs have heard.
Yeah. My little doggies wouldn't bark. They're very good.
My dogs never let me down. My dogs never let me down. As you know, we've got 6 doggies. But if you want to know what the riot is, she's brought 2 doggies. And I think my dogs have only just realised. Anyhow, never mind all about that. So John, do you want to come over here and just have a look what Carol's going to make? And then I'm going to let Carol introduce herself, get on with it. And I've also got something to show you with Nifty Nozzles, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Yeah, so come on over here, John, and let Carol talk you through what we're doing. So Carol, do you want to talk us through what we're doing today?
Well, we're going to start off with making this peony. So it's just a very quick and easy peony to do. And if you look on the back here, I've got a few other little tiny flowers. If you just turn it around on here, I'm going to quickly show you how to do those. And your leaves. Easy to do again, easy to do. And I'm going to make a teapot. I'm going to show you 2 different ways, things I'm going to cover to make the little teapot. So easy, you won't believe how quickly it is.
Well,
just looking at this, bless it, look, it's fallen now, look. So, but we'll get there. So, and then we're going to move on, and we're going to make our little gingerbread chappy over here.
He's fabulous, isn't he?
Circus Gingerbread.
And he has the mate.
chappy.
There's 2 of them, isn't there?
There is 2 of them. He's the small one.
Yeah.
And so there's a bigger one as well. Really nice for Christmas time especially.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go onto the roses. Now I have the quick and easy rose here, which, you know, everybody loves. Everybody just is so in love with this one. But on here we have like the older rose. So I'm going to quickly show you how I just put this together as well. And believe it or not, how to make these out of these cutters.
The rose cutters.
So they're all trying to show you as many things as you can out of one cutter. So that's
and
what
Carol,
we're going to try and achieve that tonight.
Well, Carol is really fast, and she tells me that when she does the TV selling channel programs, she only gets about 40 minutes. So she's overjoyed. She's got an hour and a half of us this evening.
Definitely.
So
it's a long time for me.
It is, yeah, excited. So we'll get it all done. So just a couple of things that I've got here. Carol's going to use some colours tonight, but just so that you know that we have the Colour Splash range of powders. We've got the mattes, we've got some rainbow dust powders, and we've got the Colour Splash pearls that are metallics. Because I'm using Nifty Nozzles, I brought along the Colour Splash range of gels, as you know. And you all got your DKs. Go on, who got a DK then this week or last weekend? So the longer waited DKs have arrived. You should have all got them by now, all those people in the UK anyhow. But now you're going to wonder, what are you going to press onto your cake to get that lovely design? And we've got several designs, not all of them here, but they are all on the website. And these are called press ice tools. In November, I think it's the 6th of November, Gwen and Kim are going to be back and they're going to show you how to use these as well. So these are for your pearl applicator so that you get those beautiful designs. And then we've got the cornflower pouch, which Carol's going to be using tonight. As you know, bigger and £2.50, which is fantastic. And then let me get John over here to just show you what I'm going to show you tonight. So some of you have already spotted it on the website, okay? So those of you who spotted it without us announcing it, the babies have arrived. So we're doing 9 little baby nozzles, and I've decorated these very quickly this afternoon, and they're in a set. I'm not selling them as singles, but these are the babies. They're absolutely lovely. Grab them now while you can. I think there's about 40 plus sets left. We've sold quite a few over the weekend, and these are £17.99 for the 9 nozzles. So if you want those, jump on the website and grab them straight away. Or if you can hold on to what you're going to buy off FMM, then go over there. All the products that Carol's showing you tonight are all on our website. You just go to brand, drop down to FMM cutters, and you'll see all the products that she is demonstrating tonight for you. Don't forget your nifty nozzles as well. And every time that Carol is just going to stop and catch up with what she's going to do, I'm going to quickly decorate one of these cakes for you, providing my buttercream hasn't set because it's been in here all afternoon on a wet cloth. And with that, I'm going to hand you over to Carol. It's all yours, Carol, love.
Okay. I have started with my peony because I just want, there's so many petals on this, sometimes it can get a bit boring and you're just doing same thing. So what I've started with is the largest ones. I've started, there's 4 here. I'm going to do 3 more because I like 7. You can do 7 or 9, whatever size you want. There's no real rule. One thing I just like about what I do is nothing is for competition. Everything is just to please whoever you're making it for. So if you really like the person, do 9 large petals. If you don't like them that much, just do 7. So, and of course, depends on how much they're going to pay you as well, doesn't it? So we'll roll as fine as you can. If you look what I'm always roll with the palm of my hand, and like so. So always from the middle, out. From the middle, out. Lift it. Put your corn flour on. Not loads, just a little. Like that. So make sure that moves. If that moves, everything will come out clean. When you do your cutters, don't hold like this. Hold like this. Really as tight in as you can get. And pull it away. There it is. If you don't go around and hold on to it, you get little edges. So we have 4, I'm going to do 5, 6, 7. Now I like to have an impression of a vein on these. So we kind of cheat. If we haven't got the double-sided veiners, put them in a soft pad, use the skinny side of your veining tool, and then just rub, like so.
And these are on the website as well.
Yeah, they're just the veining tool, see? And you can see what happens. It gives you a little bit of a vein, but it also gives you your flute. So put that aside. And with this flower, I just prepare all my little petals. Just turn them upside down on my table like so. And then I'm going to put the flower together. I don't wait for them to dry or anything else. They're not good when they dry. If they dry too much, they won't sit together properly for you. So, and now I'm just taking, you can take your bone tool. I have to do things with my left hand tonight that I wouldn't normally do.
A few people are asking what's happened to your hand.
Oh, the dog bit it.
They missed about your dance across the bedroom
Or my, you know, I could say that I punched my husband, but I won't, because bless him, he is good.
He's sat in the other room.
So we've done 7 of those. Now, as you look, you have these, okay? So you've got, on this next size, I'm going to do, I have 3 made, so I'm going to do another 3 with these. So I have 6 petals for that one.
Okay. Well, while you do that, I'm just going to shout out a few hellos. So we've got Wendy Preston here, Jacqueline Cummins, Lynn Feather, hello. Hi Emma, hi Zoe, hi Elaine, Joe Slatley, hello Sarah, Tanya, Christina, Wendy Hearn. Sorry if I don't get all your names out in full, but just saying big hello to you all. Hello Lindsay, Elaine Wall, Karen Naylor, Rob Allen's here as well. Hello Palvey. So we've got a nice crowd going. We've got 185 at the moment watching. So hello Claire, hi Leslie. So a big hello to you all. So just to let you know what's going on, we've got Carol Haycox here from FMM Sugarcraft. And she is making an array of things. She's actually making you a peony. It's a wired peony, isn't it, you're going to make?
No, actually, this
No?
isn't wired because it's gone sitting into the teapot.
Oh, fantastic.
So we don't even wire this.
That's just how I love it.
It is such a quick and easy thing to do. It really is. So,
Super. So she's just getting everything ready for you here to make things, as she says, quick and easy. So I'm quite excited about this.
So
everything is on our
23,
website. So everything
okay.
she's using tonight is on our website. All you need to do is go to our website, which is www.sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. Go to shop by brand, drop down to FMM, and everything is on there that you need. Hello, Louise Johnson from Aussieland. Hello, Doreen. Hi, Kat. So I'm going to leave you back to Carol now. Are you ready for a bit more talking, Carol? Or should I shout out more hellos?
You can just see what I'm doing. I'm just continuing on. Look, there's 2, there's 3. Quick as you like. You know, these are these pads that we're leaning on. They're called forming pads. And it's because they're soft. They're soft underneath. And they started with, because we used to do everything on our hands here. So if it's nice and soft like this, that's the pad to get. You know, they talk about your steak with your hands, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're doing your pads. Something that represents this. And that allows the whole paste to frill for you. So that's why it's easier to just do. See, I'm cheating and doing this. If you were really, really pedantic about it, put a bit more vein in it. Okay?
I just had to laugh at Karen Naylor. She said, is Carol moosing? It says is Cato moosing. I think she means is Carol using flour paste. Typing too fast. Hello, Karen Mary. So it's flour.
I
thought it was a new product as well. So this is flour paste that you're using, is it?
I am actually using a little mix.
A little mix.
A little mix, because this is supposed to be edible. So if you
Right.
want this to be edible, then you're going to use sugar paste mixed with your flour paste, or mixed with Tyler powder or CMC powder, whichever you like.
Yeah.
And work whatever feels good.
Yeah.
Whatever, if it feels good and it's holding a shape for you, work with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now these are my very, very expensive, as you can see, cake flour formers, right? In here is a little piece of paste. And I've actually mixed it with my glue, right? So I just done that a little while ago, mainly because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. So with the largest ones, very carefully bring them over.
Yeah, that looks careful, that Carol.
So,
As you're throwing them across there.
and then as I'm going to put them in here, put it in. Don't worry if they keep moving on you to begin with. It's okay. Because you know, you can just move them back. This, straight in. Next one.
And what is that you've made there? Is that a bit of sugar paste?
It's a piece of, the mix that I just said, any colour, you can do the pink colour that you're using, make the pink colour. It's a little mix of sugar paste with Tylo or something in it, and mixed with the glue.
Yeah.
And right down the bottom.
It's an easy way to make it, isn't it?
And just keep going. Now, because we're going to do, I'm just going to do on the back here and pop it in. So this is where your 7 or your 9 comes in, because if you don't want to make it too big, 7 is fine. If you want to make a nice big one, do 9 outer petals. But if you do 9 outer petals, the next layer has 7. And then 5 and 3 or 5 and 4 even. So, but it really is, you do what you like till it's pleasing to your eye. If you get to a stage where you think, you know what, that looks really nice, I really like that, stop. Just stop, it'll be fine. Little piece more on here. And I'm going to put that onto there, but I'm going to lift the first one up and then just tuck down. So can you see what I've done? So that they're all interlocking all the way around. I'll kind of show you. Can you see that on the camera there?
Yeah, very neat.
Yeah. And then you keep going. And if you have a piece of kitchen towel, have you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Sorry.
I've just realised that I haven't got a piece of kitchen towel. Next size. So what have I got on here? 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I've got 7 of these. Don't need to use 7. I can use 7. Whatever works for me.
Right, I'm just going to have to run to get some kitchen towel.
It won't go in till afterwards anyway. I'm doing the same kind of thing and just bringing it around. And you'll see, you can see when you put it in, that if you've made them, if you let them dry too much, they'll never sit nicely for you. But if they're too, you know, if you've made them out of flour paste on their own, sometimes they don't dry quick enough. So if you have a little bit of time, I'm actually only going to use 6 of these. If you have a little bit of time, you know, chuck them over like your paint palette or anything like that, and they'll set for you. So one in there. I'm picking the wrong one up now, guys. In there, and pick that one up and around there. So now you can see where I'm going to put this kitchen roll, can't you?
Yeah, kitchen roll.
Yeah. So I'll put it in 2 minutes. Don't need that one. We got 5 of these. Next size. Now I think there's you'll find there's another tiny one of these, but if you don't need it, don't use it. If you do need it, if I'm wiring this flour, then I might use all of them. But I'll take a lot longer to do it than this. And really, one of the reasons I started to do a lot of flours without wires and to make sure that they're edible is my lovely, lovely mum-in-law was 90 in March, and I've known my mum-in-law for 40 odd years, and I've been making cakes for us that long. But over the later years, she's still got stuff in her cabinet that I've made.
Okay.
But now she does things like when I got back to the house, having made her cake and had peony on the top and some different flowers on the top, and I said, so, you know, oh, you've eaten lots of all your cake. Yes. So I said, well, where's the plaque with the flowers on it? Well, I ate them.
Years later.
No, this is for a 90th birthday. So you're like, okay, isn't it a good job that I hadn't got wires in them and stamens? And because as she got older, it's not that she doesn't see them, she just doesn't see them as well as she used to. So now she just lifts the lid. Oh, a cake. Oh, thank you. Are these nice flowers? Yes, Mum, there are flowers on there. And out they come and in her mouth. So you just have to let her get on with it. Now I'm going to stop there, look. You see that? Now a little bit of kitchen roll. I've got to show you this. I just said, because I need about, you know, a little piece like this. So she's just given me a few sheets.
I wasn't sure how many.
No, I just was wondering what size peony did you think I was making? So you pop a few of these into here, and if you want the peony opened anymore, you just open this a bit more, and then this will open up more for you, like so. Yeah. But if you don't, just come in and open up a little piece. Now I haven't finished with this chappy just yet, so just bear with me until I'm...
Don't worry. I just want to say hello to Mary Thompson. Mary Thompson is one of our regular customers from the USA, and she always sends us an email to order from us. And for the first time ever, she's took the day off from work. It's 3 a.m. in the morning now. Not in the afternoon, too. 3 p.m. Well, she says 3. She doesn't put 15. Mary, is it 3 p.m. or 3 a.m.? 3. Well, she hasn't wrote 15. She's wrote 3. Yes. So she's not in Australia. America's behind us. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, 5 hours behind.
Well done. Well, anyway, Mary never gets a chance to watch us. She's taken the day off from work. Oh, of course, she's taken the day off from work. And she's watching you live. Just to let you know.
So.
And we've got B Long from New York City watching us as well.
I hope she's not falling asleep watching us, which won't be very nice for her. Now I've made a little ball, okay? So it's approximately about 6 grams. I'm going to cut some more of this little one, and I like to cut these fresh. When you make the ball, then roll these fresh. Like the others, I let dry off a tad. But I promise you, those other ones that we've just used The ones that you didn't see me making had been made about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I didn't make them in the afternoon.
No,
or
you made
anything.
them just before we started.
Just before we started.
Yeah, Mary's confirmed. Mary's confirmed it is free in the afternoon, and we've got a lady from Idaho. Is that how you say it?
Idaho.
Yeah. A woman from America. Hello.
4, 5. You see how I just do this? That makes sure everything is clean. If it's clean, then you don't have... We used to have our craft knives out at this stage, and you'd be tidying the edge up and all of that kind of thing. But make sure everything scratches on your board. And if it scratches on your board, well, you'll get it nice and clean out of the cutter for you. Now these little chappies, I've just got to say as well, please note, I don't hold on to my paste. Look, all the paste moves, but I never hold on to it. Because if you hold on to your paste, you get ears. So if I was doing this and I was holding it, instead it drags ears out. So let it have a flow to it. These little chappies are now just going to go on here. And now I'm looking for my little glue brush. Tiny, tiny touch of glue. Don't go mad. Little piece around the ball, around the top, and then a V onto each petal. You know, the rule goes that you can always add, but you can't take away. So a little piece at a time. And onto here. So I'm going to go around the top. Don't squash it down just yet. And I'm pulling at it so that it'll join into the middle for me when I'm got there. Last one pop on. Open up the first one, let that go in, and close them up, like so. Now we can put a second layer onto here. Let that stay there. Second layer onto here, and again you can put 3 on, 4 on, 5 on, whatever works for you. So will you forgive me if I only do 3 of these? Second size. Don't even know if I think I might even have just the small one and do 5 of them again. I always say when you're doing a flower with lots and lots of petals on it, it can become a bit, you know, doing the same thing. So I try and hurry through them as quickly as I can. So, you know, don't try and do that when you're at home. Take your time a little bit. It should take you at least 3 minutes to do a whole flower instead of what I do. Little and last one. Okay, so now these ones, where these are all closed up, I want these to open up a little piece. And one of the ways to make that happen is to do your ball tool on it, so that you have a little bit of a cup on it. Can you see that? How it just cups up for you.
Looks beautiful.
The pad is amazing for you. When I started to do these, I don't like to tell anybody that I've been doing this for over 35 years. So I just lie.
You lie?
I do. So, but I'm sure I can go to confession tomorrow, I'll be grand. And we didn't have all these pads and...
A lady, Joanne Davis, says she's thinking she should use a foam board. Do they make a difference? I think they do.
An absolute difference.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that how do you cope without it?
No. We sell the Wilton foam pads on our website under Wilton.
Right, this into here. When you go back to this mixture and onto the bottom and into there it goes. So I'm going to remove this so you can just see. Can you see that? Don't fall on the floor. Okay. You know when we putting the kitchen towel in, bring your petals up
Just push your
like
face towards
so.
Maria, could you?
Like so. And then bring your kitchen towel in and help put it. But I would do it down here. It's easier to do down here because you can see better just where everything is going. So we move up and bring them in. And then we're going to let that dry until we've done the rest of what we want to do. And that should then hold its shape for us while we're going to put it onto the cake.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
That's
let's
very
leave
quick.
that on the side.
Yeah.
Because in that we've also got some other flowers. Now the other flowers, they don't have anything in them that, let's chuck all that in. And I'm going to use a little bit of white paste. I think I might need a little bit of sugar paste.
Yeah.
If you have a little weeny bit of white sugar paste.
I've just
Do you know, I thought I did have, I'm nearly sure I did. In my box. I think maybe one of the dogs had it. Now these,
Eight culprits tonight.
I have on the table here some rose cutters. And I'm going to use these to just make a little flower that just complements my peony here. That's going to be the main flower. And then after that, you dress it with whatever you have, whatever you like, whatever you want. So I've got a piece of white paste here. Everybody, one of the biggest questions is, what's that hole for? Well, this is what the hole is for. So take a piece of paste, make it into a ball. Now if you want a big back on it, leave it deep. If you don't want it so big, make it a bit more shallow. Onto here, just going to touch the cornflower now. I usually do it with this finger, but here we are. And we have a Mexican hat. Oh, that's perfect. Just a smidge
Just a smidge.
after the kitchen roll episode. I'm just saying, you know, the kitchen roller episode. Ouch, she says. Don't use them fingers.
Well, I'll just put you that little ball there and make a tip you on.
Thank you.
Is
This,
that smidge enough?
yeah, that's perfect. This here is your little tiny rolling pin. On the back, everything is ridged. It's making all the marks. It's made the lovely Made in England and the FMM on it. But you know what? That's going to disappear, so don't worry about it. Put this onto here. Got it out. Always pull your paste away. Pop out. And you've got this. Put this on, it's lovely, lovely, lovely. Onto here. This is your multi-veiner. Onto here. Press it down.
John, are you covering the volume?
Up it comes. I'm going to pop it onto my pad. Get one of your tools. You can use this one. And, and soften. You see that? So just drag it a little and then run it around. Don't go too heavy on it, run it around. Then I have my knife inscriber, so the pointed end of this goes into this. And this is one of the things that I always like to just take my time and tell you. Because instead of actually pushing the pin into the paste, you actually push the paste up around the pin. So when we touch this into here a little, now push the flower up around the pin. And then each one, look, just push like that. And it opens the whole thing up for you. Okay? Now they can just dry off. Just put them on the side. Again, I don't like them to dry off too much because then they'll sit where I want them to sit. But we're going to put a little colour on these when we're finished at the end. So if you make 2 or 3 of these, I'll make 2 more. And I think on my actual little teapot over there, I have stamens in them. So if I put stamens in, I always cut my stamens, tape them on the bottom, and then they're easier to put in. But then if you put stamens in, the flower's not edible anymore. So, you know, make your mind up what you want to do. because I'll put a bit of nice yellow inside these to make them. So that into there and into there. We used to spend hours making these Mexican hats because we had to make a little cone and then make a little and then make a little, and then it was the little back of her flower used to fall off. And because, have you heard of pulled flowers?
Pulled flowers?
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's how we started making filler flowers to begin,
Right.
pulled flowers. So, see, I'm old and decrepit, really.
Oh, I think you're younger than me, aren't you? Actually, no, you're not. You
I
told me
know
that
I'm
before.
45 with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, younger than me, yeah.
With Alzheimer's.
With Alzheimer's,
Yeah, I like
that's
Ollie.
it.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
having
I
old
like
timers. Don't mind that at all. Yeah, out that comes. So be very careful and gentle with your flowers. Onto there. And this is absolutely weird doing this with my fingers like this.
You're doing very well.
It is, you know.
You need a round of applause for
I'm telling you, I'm going to have a small triple large brandy when I go home, I think, don't you? If I haven't, oh yeah, I might have brandy at home. I never use it for the cakes. But I tell you what I do have is lovely toffee vodka. Have you ever had that? That's nice.
I don't drink. Don't even add it.
You might know if you tasted this toffee vodka. Should we vein these, guys? The minute you turn it over, you can see. If it gets a bit hot and you're worried and your paste is a little bit sticky or whatever, just dab that on there. Dab it on your corn flour like that. Done. Dab on your corn flour. Done. That's it. And same here. I'll just vein this one.
Sam Mella likes the sound of toffee vodka.
Oh. Girl after me. And where does she live? Do I need to go and visit her on the way home? Push. Like so. And that's done. And push.
Claire Chalky said she's so glad you've shown her that. She spent ages making Mexican hats for pool flowers.
See? And look how simple it is. Okay? So we're just going to leave these here to dry off.
They're really pretty, aren't they?
I have some, you know, foam that has that thing on it, you know, this, like egg cups.
Oh yeah, the foam, yeah.
Yeah, I love that because I just have that on my table and I just chuck everything at it, you know, so. Right, so that's those. And then I made some leaves. Now, I made my leaves with some cutters. If you buy this set, there's 4 lots in this. These 2 are mirror image. So you can see. And they get 2 lots of ivy leaves and a daffodil, you know, a long leaf for a lily or a daffodil as well with these cutters. I have some 28 gauge wires here. And I cut them into 4. Sometimes I cut them into 5 because you don't really need them very long. You just need them, you know, that is even quite long. So 5 is even good enough. So I have a piece of green over here. She says. Yeah, I think I'll use this. I'm having to use everything soft because I can't mash it with my...
I was going to say, if you want me to mould anything, let me know, I'll help you.
Sure, you know, I'll be better before I'm twice married. Now, I'm going to use a long cutter, so I'm going to make this a sausage. So lift and do again. Now, don't roll this too fine. I don't need to really read my newspaper through it, although we do that on the iPad nowadays. And I'm going to use some of these. Now I don't need the very big one, so I'm going to leave that out. But I want 2 of them. And I want these 3 on this side.
Rita says, do you have to use a veiner?
For the flowers?
Yeah.
No, absolutely
Just
not.
gives it more effect though, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, I think the more we do, the more, you know,
Yeah.
Not so much realistic we want things, but we all have a point that we get to where we think, now they look lovely, but I want a bit more. So that's where you do veining things and so on. So now I've got these two and these two, they're mirror image to one another, look. And you've got 3 on here, so I'm going to do these two. And don't screw your paste up and think, oh, that doesn't work. Just find what will work for you, you know, what will cut for you. And this one, just don't overlap them when you're doing, and that one, that'll do. I press on them because they have a little vein down the center then. Sometimes if they come out, carefully put them onto your mat. If they don't, oh, he's out anyway. Now this little chappy is the hardest to come out. So now you'll notice when I do something like I'm going to do, I'm not going to tap it on this one, I'm going to tap it on this one, because this is harder than this. This is soft material, this is hard material. I like to use this, and give it a tap, see?
Oh, one for that, the other one.
See? And he's coming out as well. As easy as that.
How easy is that? I've never seen them in use, you know, Carol. Never ever seen them
So,
in use at all.
You know,
I've looked at them in the warehouse and always wondered how to use them.
the letters are a godsend.
Yeah.
And I do get a lot of people saying, oh, I have trouble with them. And I make them stay with me, have a go. And once they've had a go, they never look back, ever look back. And even putting these on the cake is easy. Yeah. Because again, a lot of people say, oh, I let mine dry, and then you know, and I'm like, nah, I don't need to do that. We'll go back to this. Put your leaf so that it's absolutely at the tip of your finger there. Take your wire. Now you'll notice I didn't make any little fat edges or fat centers or anything else. They're just rolled. Now this is 28 gauge wire. I've tipped it into my glue. When I say tipped it in, it's absolutely just the tip of this is tipped in there. And now onto here and twist. And I'm pushing it between my finger and my thumb really. It's in about up to there. Like that. Okay? And that's how easy these are to do. If you get these to the tip, touch and twist. And there it is. And you just keep going. So I don't wait for anything to dry really. I'm very, if I need to do something, I want to do it now and I want to finish it now. And I'll quite often start something, get halfway through, peel the potatoes, put them on to boil, get back to this, burn the potatoes, go out to dinner. No, not really. But I do an awful lot while in the middle of doing other things that I'm doing. Because
somebody's just asked, is the 28 gauge wire the best to use for sugar flowers?
Only for leaves. Only for leaves. 28 gauge wire is soft.
Right.
So if
which
you
is the
go,
thickest wire? Which is the thinnest?
Go up to 18 is
so
the thickest.
18 is the thickest.
Yeah. If you look, I'm going to show you something now, just because we have said that.
Yeah.
I have a wire here. This wire is 20 gauge wire.
Yeah. Oh right. Yes.
And this wire is 28 gauge wire.
Oh, you can
so
see
this one is hard.
Yeah.
But that's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
So because it's heavy, I want a heavy wire to hold onto it.
Yeah.
These, I want these to curve and bend for me.
Yeah.
So I do a soft wire and they'll curve and bend easier for me.
You should show them that demo that she's just done then. How she curves and bends. You missed it, John.
See?
Karen, did you not see Karen rolling around the kitchen then? But you missed it, didn't you?
See, I said I just like to curve and bend.
You missed it. Go on, Karen. How do you do it?
Well, when I have my flower and my leaves and I put them together, I just like my leaves to curve and bend.
Nice and easy.
I wanted to be a ballet dancer when I was a kid, but hey ho, I'm a leaf doer now.
Doer.
And that's. Do you know what? I'm one little wire short, so we'll just cope without it because I haven't even got my cutters on the table.
Do you want me to find your cutters?
They're in a box down there. And why I'm saying I want one more, because look at this tiny little one here. Bless it. So we'll take this one here. Yeah, that's it. I think they're for cutting doggies' nails, but I'm not sure.
I did look at them and
They're
wondered.
brilliant for cutting wires. Brilliant. So we'll chop that one.
Just let them know you haven't cut the doggy's nails. We'll have loads of complaints.
No.
Kelly Barnes says you make it look so easy.
Well,
It is.
I think sometimes we're a little bit afraid of our sugar. There's no need to be. You know, I'm always saying, as it's obvious, if it doesn't turn out right, eat it. And then start again. So, and you'll be
You're a
grand.
girl after me,
And
aren't
you'll
you?
be grand. Yeah, you'll be grand. Now, I have, you know, little tape here. And this tape is actually sticky when you pull it. And if you look, this is the width of the tape when you buy it. And I cut this tape into 4. So I then have this width. Okay, just this width. And when you pull at this, just there, it's sticky. So as you pick these up, I just fold it over and pull at it, and now in between my finger and thumb, I roll. But this is at an angle, can you see that? And then hold the wire and then pull, and then it goes up to the top. If you go too fast, it'll go whoop and pop off because you've only just done it. Now I've done this one too tight.
Hi Jade, yes we do ship to the US. Just message me afterwards with your email address and I'll come back to you.
And while I'm doing that, I tend to put these now.
T says she's learnt so much already, thank you.
Good girl.
Louisa says she likes it, hide the evidence.
Yeah.
I've hid a lot of evidence.
Well, I definitely, I mean, I just think not everything goes exactly right for us when we're doing. So if you have just a couple of little things going on that you can get a result from quickly, it gives you more confidence to move on to the harder things that we see.
Yeah.
So if you start off by doing a quick peony or a quick rose, I have a wet wipe on the table just there. Then if you just get a result quickly from that,
Makes you feel good.
it makes you feel good, and it makes you then think, well, I want to make one of those because how it looks in the garden. I want to make sure that it's got leaves with it and foliage with it,
Yeah.
and so on, and orchids, and you know, all these lovely exotic flowers that you do. It gives you an immense, even me, even at this stage, I still love doing something and seeing the result of it and being happy with what I've done, and then presenting it to the person. So I was just saying I'm going to make a gravity cake for someone this week, and I absolutely, I'm so excited about doing it.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous really, because you know the whole thing takes about 2 hours to do. But the satisfaction that it will give, I just know. Now here's our little tiny baby one here, look.
Somebody said, can you move the camera up a bit, John? Not
And
sure where they want me to move it up to.
Taking in.
All right.
now one of the reasons that I tape all of these individually, and now I'm going to tape them all together, is because they'll stay where I want them to stay. If you don't tape the wires, then you can have them when you're trying to put them together. Oh, look what I've done. And you're trying to put them together, then they keep moving on you.
Right.
So
I wondered why you
it's
tape them individually.
better if you tape them individually.
Yeah.
And this is really, I cut this so fine, you know, because I'm just mean. So I get more out of it. Yeah.
Well, no, I...
But if you cut it fine, look what it does.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't cut this fine, this is bulky. So that by the time you put your leaves together, you have a trunk instead of a little branch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we do what we do. So we start with, so there's, you have to look and see what you've got. And they go opposite. And these two go opposite, opposite and opposite. So we'll start with this little one. And then, if you can see, I'm going to just bend this like that and pop it in here. And then mirror image this one. And round it goes. And then just keep going with what you got. Don't panic too much if they do twist around on you. You can always twist them back again. And if they're dry, when they're dry, you can do with your tweezers. But as you can see, I just plunk in. We're just looking for an effect of leaves, and that's what we've got.
Dale Clark says you're making her think it's so easy that she can do it.
Of course you can do it.
Absolutely.
Look, bend your wire, tape it in. And the last two large ones. In they go. There we are. Okay, so now, just very carefully, I'm supporting with the wire and just open them out. If one falls off at this stage, I just leave it, because you know what, that's normal. Bend and bend again, look, and bend backwards, and they just start
spread out. That looks so good.
Take on a little bit of character for you to bring in onto your. So I've got several little ones over there that I'm going to put into the teapot then.
Yep.
When we have that done. Okay, so now the rest of the flowers for the teapot have to go on when the teapot's done. So on here I have brought my little teapot over there that you saw earlier is actually done with this size bowl, and it's just a little plastic bowl I had, and I made some Rice Krispie mixture, and I put butter in here and into the hot Rice Krispie mixture goes into it. Press it down, turn it out onto this and put it in the fridge.
So what have you done there? Hot butter and Rice Krispies.
I have used 50 grams of butter.
Yeah.
I've used 10 ounces of marshmallows, quite a lot really.
Yeah.
And I've used 6 cups of Rice Krispies. So you melt the butter, put the marshmallows in and melt them, put the Rice Krispies in, and here we are. And when they get,
all in there
and I keep a lot of white fat and butter on my hands.
Yeah.
And so I take whatever. It doesn't matter what you have. So the shape, your little teapots, there's loads of shapes of teapots.
Yeah.
So, but you can also make little flower vases with them.
Yeah.
So if you want the flower vase, and now when I cover this and I put a rim around it and it becomes a flower vase and so on. So just make what you like out of these.
Yeah.
These are so good because they slice and they trim like this one.
And can you eat it?
Oh yeah.
Can you? Do they taste good?
Oh yeah.
Does it?
You can taste this
Never
one.
tasted one.
Well, you can taste this because I'm not going to use this because I'm going to make the slightly bigger one. This one had a bit of a dome on it.
Yeah.
Because I used a slightly different bowl for this. I have an old, years ago, I think I got it in a hamper, a Christmas pudding.
Yeah.
In the little white ceramic bowls.
Yeah.
And I still have this bowl, and this is what this is made out
Right.
of. But of course this gets a bit too rounded, it was too much. So I just get my knife and I slice.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you what I done with my cake. I just sliced the top off. So this is what we're going to use to make our teapot with. So we just put that on the side for another little bit. Oh, it's scrumptious.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
And then
that's me and you sorted for tomorrow, Maria.
And then when you
she loves sweet stuff. Now look at the difference, Carol.
you get the chocolate.
She eats all the sweet stuff, and look at her.
Look at
Skinny
me and
as
my
a-
husband.
Look at me.
Hey, look at me and my husband.
Oh, he eats all the sweet stuff as well, doesn't he? Yeah.
He eats all the fried stuff, all the sweet stuff, all the every stuff. And me. Now, I made a little cake. What I'm actually going to do with this is show you how I cut this cake up. And then I'll put buttercream in it and so on and get it prepared. But I'm actually going to cover that one, the Rice Krispie one. Because for me, that will travel with me around. So it will, you know.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see how something is prepared and got ready if you actually want to use this.
Okay.
Because everything you're putting on here, apart from these wired leaves, are edible.
Yeah.
Now there's a stuff on the market that you can put this. It's
Safety
wax.
seal.
Absolutely. And then they can go into the cake. If you haven't got that, you know the little cartons of drink and they have little tiny
Little straws,
straws on them? Use those. Put them into your cake and put them into and they stop it from touching the cake. So, and if they're red straws, you know, and things like that, just cover them with a little tiny bit of paste. It will work for you.
Well, Dorry has asked for the recipe, but Sarah Williams was definitely listening because she's put 10 ounces of marshmallows. Was it 10 ounces of marshmallows?
It is 10 ounces.
10 ounces of marshmallows, 6 cups of Rice Krispies, and 50 grams of butter.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Well done, Sarah.
And you know what the nice part is? It's not all ounces, cups. It's all different. And that's the nice thing, because if you're putting your marshmallows in and you think maybe it's one too many, eat one.
Yeah.
If you're putting in the Rice Krispies and you think they're getting a bit dry, take half a cup out. It's okay to do that.
Yeah.
But this one here, it's really sticky. So I actually have from the garden, a little flower pot, but it's metal, and it's gone rusty inside. So I take this, I put it inside foil, and put the foil up, put the whole lot into the pot, squash it all down, and then take it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the thing.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, that's in the foil, it's done.
Yeah.
You can also squash it in the foil. When you get it to this, you can cut it. You can cut it and do whatever you like with it. It's just amazing, and I love it. So,
And this is your sponge version here.
and this is the sponge version. Sponge version. I mean, I do 2 eggs and my 2 eggs should weigh around 4 ounces. And I'm going to take the top off this, which is how I take the top off the Rice Krispie one. Everything I cut like this. So I start here, and the knife always stays here. The knife doesn't work around, you do. So you pull it to you and push away. And then it will cut and meet itself on the other side. Like that.
Fantastic.
Now when I'm cutting, I'm just going to take this little bit away. When I want to cut this, and I want to make sure everything goes back together, take a wedge out. And you'll always know where everything goes back. So now you cut this. You cut 2 layers, 3 layers, 4 layers, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And down here. So you can put jam in, buttercream in, ganache in, whatever.
It's
Now,
a good little marker, that, isn't it?
one of the things that, I mean, I learned this many years ago, but one of the reasons that is a really good tip is if you're making a 14-inch square cake and you have to put it on a big turntable to put jam on it and so on, you move it. So if you cut it, take a piece down, the next slice down. So everything goes top, first layer down, second layer down, second layer goes back on first, and so on. So it's always, always where you took it from is where you put it back. So you turn. And that's when you lose where things go, isn't it? So now you just look for your little gauge.
Claire's saying she loves all your hints and tips on using the cutters and the straws to do other things with, other than what they were designed for.
Yeah. And that goes on there. I think that's one of the things, one of lovely Siobhan work. She stands behind me sometimes with notepads.
Right.
Oh, I've written all this down. And I say to her, you know, I didn't realise I was saying that. I know you don't.
She grabs it while she can.
She says I should write a book. People are always telling me to write a book, but I tell them that they have to read the book with an Irish accent because I can't spell.
Me neither.
Ah,
Nor tell the time by the looks of things.
just.
I don't know. She did write 300. I wasn't thinking. Do you know what I was thinking? Australia, which was daft because I actually said US.
Yes. So I did tell my sister-in-law in Australia that I was
But you're
doing
on
this.
tonight, so
Yeah.
hopefully she'll be watching. Well, I don't know. It'll be early hours for her, won't it?
Yeah,
8
they'll
hours.
see
10
tomorrow
hours.
anyway. So, right, tidy a little piece on here, and then just finish your top off, and then I would just cover this with my sugar paste. There we are. Now I don't want to put this back into there, so I'm going to put that on there.
Yeah.
And
Fine.
this is the treat bit for. And over there.
Cake and buttercream.
It's taken a tiny little drop of.
I think Maria and I are going to be scoffing marshmallows and Rice Krispies tomorrow.
Oh, you won't be sorry. You will not be sorry. So I'll pop that on. I'll pop that on the side
Okay.
so that you can do what you want with it. And I'm going to just tidy up a little piece here because I need
Okay.
to
So
tidy
shall I
my
do a bit
hands
Nifty
and
Nozzles
yeah.
then?
So
Okay.
just gives me 5 seconds to tidy all this up.
Right guys, so the new Baby Nifty Nozzles, there's just 9 out at the moment. We have got a few more coming out, but I'm doing these as a set. So these are a little bit more in tune with the size you might like, because some of you are always scared of the bigger nozzles. So we've called these minis or babies if you want to. They're on the website. I put them on yesterday and didn't announce that I put them on, but some of you have been quite clever, spotted them and have started buying them already. They're really very, very easy to use. So let's get one here. And just hope my buttercream is still soft. I'm just going to squirt a little bit of buttercream on there, spread it over my cake. You help yourself, Carol, whatever you want. Whenever you want to come back, let me know. I'll just do one of these.
Yeah,
And-
just wash my hands.
Right, and you can actually fit about 16 of these on, exactly the same, onto the base, squeeze, onto the base, squeeze. Don't come up 1 centimetre on these, you don't need to do the full 1 centimetre. And I don't know how many we've got so far around here. Oops, pulled that one off too soon, let me just get that knife. Don't worry about it. So how many have we got around there? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a new little design. I'm just going to put this red leaf in, I think. Not red leaf, green leaf in. Just pop it in. I'll do a couple of these for you while Carol's getting herself organised again. When she's ready, she'll give us a shout.
Just have to do a bit of measuring over here.
You carry on doing your measuring, Carol. Make as much noise as you want. So these are really cute, guys. So these are the genuine Nifty Nozzles. These are the minis, okay? I made some earlier. Let John have a look there. Let's get another one out for you. Again, just a little bit of buttercream on the cake. I'll just squirt it straight out of the bag. I really like, let's see if we can find this green and red one. I really like this green and red one here. So, again, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Isn't it really nice, that red with the, it's Christmas red, that, with the lime green. And some of you may have already guessed, but this was last week's buttercream, just put back in the fridge, and I've used it today. So, when I did my Halloween unicorn cake, these were the colours I used last week. Just saved it. I think they're really pretty. So who likes these so far? $17.99 they are, this full set. Grab them while you can. I'm hoping that we'll have enough for Cake International. I'm just waiting for Alexander to confirm that there's been a delivery sent. So we've got those. I don't know where John is at the moment. Here's John. So that's the one I've just done now. Let me get out another one for you. So let's squeeze a little bit of sugar cake, a little bit of buttercream on there. I'll just sit down so I'm lower. So as you know, put your little bit of buttercream on your little crumb coat. And then let's do this one. This is an orange one, so squeeze. I love these little delicate designs though, they're really pretty. And these are really good solid nozzles. Any of you that are coming to Cake International in Birmingham, I'm actually going to show you the Chinese copies and the difference in the material, the quality of the tip. I'm going to put a red leaf on this one, just to give it something a little bit more vibrant. So here we go. So do we like these? How are they going?
Yep.
And it's quite nice that they're in a set of 9 as well. So you're going to get about 12 to, I don't know, about 12 little flowers on each little cupcake on those. And then let's do another one while we've still got time. So squirt out the buttercream. I think it looks quite nice with these bold and bright colours. Do you think? I'll just do this last one because I think Carol's ready for us. So I'll just do this little one. Exactly the same principle, guys. Straight onto the cake. I'm going to do red leaves on this one as well. How quick was that to decorate those? So far we've done 4 different cakes in just a few minutes. I don't think that was very long. What do you think that was, John? So there you go, guys. Just 4 little cakes I've just quickly decorated there. Takes no time at all. You don't have to use these bright, vibrant colours. Use the lighter colours if you like. And as I say, these are the new mini nozzles. There's 9 in a set. They're $17.99. They're live on the website. Make sure you chuck them in the basket with all your FMM cutters. And we're back over to Carol now. And she's going to get on to the next stage of her teapot.
Okay.
So there we go.
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm going to bring this back. When you touch this, it feels sticky. Yeah, but it's okay. Now, just a bit of sugar paste, coloured it up to whatever colour you like. I like doing nice dark colours.
It's lovely, that jade colour,
yes,
isn't it?
And when you're working like this, it's nice to be able to see things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now you'll notice that I have it and it's fairly thick. Because if you want, you can actually put chocolate on your mixture if it's a little bumpy on the sides. Or you can make this a little piece on the thicker side. And then that hides everything. Don't panic if it's not exactly the size you need. But one of the ways to measure is put your rolling pin. So it goes up to here. Put it across, goes to here. And now whatever's left, if that goes down the side, you know you need that, the size of your rolling pin. Okay, does that help? Onto there, onto there. You can cover this with buttercream if you wish. You can cover it with chocolate. Chocolate is the nicest. The problem is, not much of it gets to the
Cake.
no, it is so good. Okay, pull out and push. Pull out. And you don't really push, you just smooth, just a little, look. Take that away from there. I'm going to move my board around. Little at a time. Now, just as you were doing those little cakes, I realised I hadn't prepared my spout and my handle. So I'm hoping that they just stay in place for me. So
are you going to pull them off there?
Otherwise we'll have a bit of fun.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah. Okay, so right around to the bottom. And you'll note I put a little corn flour on here to make that move. If that moves, we're singing. Sucking daisies, as my brother would say. And never ever cut right into your cake. Only cut so you have a little left over, so that when you get to this, you can push at it just a little. If you push at it too much, you'll get a lip. You don't want a lip. You want to be able to cut it. You can use any of your knives, any what your favorite knife, but you just want to go right into the cake and cut. Now, if you've done all of this too soon, cut it while you have that big lip of paste. The paste runs up the side of your cake. And then you have what I call mice holes in my skirting board. I have a knife and scribe here that you can, any of your tools like this, it just gives, as you're doing it, put it on the angle like that, and it just gives a nice finish to the bottom of it. Of course you can put, you know, a trim on the bottom if you wish, but I quite like it to just be finished like this. Okay, now I've decorated this using some of the same cutters. So we're going to use this little rose cutter. And look, this is our little pieces of stuff on the table. And unfortunately, what I keep doing is leaving these down your end. I don't know why. That's it. Okay. So I have a little bit of white here.
Just going to ask a question. Somebody says, does the Rice Krispies show through the sugar paste? But it doesn't. No, not so.
No, you can't see it. No. That's it. But I've used quite thick sugar paste. Yeah? Never skimp on your sugar paste if you want to have a nice finish. So, but if you do want to do it less, cover the Rice Krispies with chocolate and cover it again until it's smooth, and then cover it with your sugar paste, and it, you know, a nice surprise then for, I've been doing this for my grandchildren when they have their birthday cakes, and I've been, Ellie had a handbag, so I made the bottom of the handbag out of Rice Krispies, and then I made sponge cake. So they have a different, you know, yeah, something different to cut into.
Right, I'm just going to answer a couple of questions about the nozzles. The nozzles come in a set of 9 without a leaf. They're $17.99 and they're on the website under the Nifty Nozzles. And the colours I've used tonight is the Colour Splash Lime with the Christmas Tree Red, the Orange. This is the Pale Pink, but I put a little bit more in. And this is the Sunflower. So we've got lime, Christmas red, orange, pale pink, and those are the only colours I've used in this lot. And they were the colours that I used from last week actually. So I don't think I've used any other ones. And as I say, these come as a set of 9. They're not on sale individually because I just thought people would actually love them as a set of 9. I have got more of them coming, but they won't be here till Christmas, and we'll bring out some bigger sets as well then. So I'll pop you back to Carol because I know you've all asked those questions.
Okay, Cokes. I've just cut one of these little flowers and onto here. Now you saw me making them earlier with the Mexican hat, but this one is just flat.
It's cute.
So this one, just turn the back. And you can put water on the back. I know people that know me know that I put vodka in mine. But vodka just evaporates.
If you colour?
In here.
Oh, do you? Right.
Because if I'm putting lettering on my cake, that's when I mostly use it.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, quite important.
Yeah.
Now you can, with your leaves, you can just do, sometimes I do it with paste colour, but sorry, with dust colour, but this is paste. This is just squeeze into the lid. Use my paintbrush. Now I'm going to do this upside down and backwards, and I normally only paint upside down and backwards when I'm drunk, so you just have to bear with me. So just do a little weenie like so, and then you would just do little tiny leaves like so. Let's do a little piece. And this is optional, really, you do whatever you want to do. So, and then a little on the other side. You know, I used to be really scared to do any painting on the cake, but now you just think, well, you know,
Let's go with it.
If you look at a lot of people's paintings, it's so not perfect.
As Wendy Hearn says, can you stick ribbon on with the vodka?
No. You can, but I'll tell you what happens. When it dries, the ribbon does fall off.
Yeah.
So I tend not to. If you do put it on with the vodka, then put at the end of it just a tad of royal icing just to finish it off, and hold it on with a pin while it dries.
Yeah.
Anything that gets painted gets cleaned in a wet wipe. Yeah?
Yeah.
So now we've just got, you can do as many or as few as you want on there. And you can do, I'm just doing white flowers. So you can do whatever colour flowers you wish. I'm going to twist this in here. And then with my little piece of moisture, just press in. I'll do 2 of that size. This is not very good with this finger, and I'll probably turn this around in a few minutes and think, oh my goodness, where have I put that? Now I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put a smaller one on, and then do the same thing. Now, just in there, push on, twist, and then straight. Nope, he didn't want to go on. Push on, twist, and straight on. This one doesn't want to stay there, does he? Because I think I'm putting it where I haven't put any moisture. Yeah?
They're so cute.
They're so tiny. Just pick it up, pop it on, and hold it with the paintbrush. Pick it up and pop it on. Okay? I think they look okay from upside down.
I wondered what the hole was for in the pad.
Ah.
I've got to be honest, when I bought my first pad, I always wondered what the hole was for.
They're just amazing, they are. Yeah. Now, with these little ones, these are lovely. And they're like just 4 petals. Now, I'm only going to do 3 of these. 4 petals, and you'll notice I'm not putting them straight onto the cake, I'm just putting them onto here. So because you can put these onto your pad and have them standing up, so but you can put them directly onto the cake as well, same as this.
So T. Gale Crook says, can you please explain the tool that you're making to use to make the small flowers? I think they need to understand what that plunger is, that they have to buy that separate, don't they?
This here is called a plunger, and you can see it has this plunger bit and it has this spring, okay? And then you have your flower cutter. So these fit onto here. So when you cut your flower, you push at it and it comes out. Now if you push at it, you can see that I can push it directly onto the cake. So nice for doing that.
Yeah.
You can also push them, instead of pushing at them, tap them and they fall out like this.
Yeah.
And then when I'm finished with that one, I'll put that one on, and there's a different shape flower. And then I take it off and put that one on. There's a smaller flower. I have bows and doves and this, you name it, they go on this. But you only need 1 of these, and then you can buy your hearts, your stars, your whatever else you have. And they all fit on. So I have about 4 of these because I have so many of these cutters. I'm too impatient. This little tiny one here, I'm going to use this and then just drag it back. And you can see it just makes it look a little different than having it just flat like so. And to put these on the cake, I think you saw me picking that up a second ago. I picked them up with my craft knife or my wet brush, but my craft knife in this case and the paintbrush. Make sure you put your moisture where you want these to go. So I pop one here, pick up and pop on. And just pop them wherever you want them to go, and especially if you want to hide something that I've just noticed down there. And on it goes. And they just stand out a little.
Caroline Horn saying she bought this plunger and small flowers over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
One of the first things that she purchased.
Yeah. I mean, I have mine as long as that.
Yeah.
As long as I can remember. So we've got to where you've put all your little flowers on the side. And just before I stick my handle and my spout on, I pop it onto the board. So I covered this board earlier. Don't really need anything on it, just a little bit of moisture. And pop it on. Now I made my spout and my handle just a little while ago. I'm going to show you how I made them. I'll make them out of this, but I've actually made them in different colours. So if you have a look at that one. And the best thing is to have the cake next to you, especially if you're doing your spout. I think I have a different colour in the box, but it's down on the floor now.
Do you want me to get it out here?
Well,
Maria's there, she can grab it.
no, it's all right. We'll just make it with... I'm not going to use this, I'm going to use this.
You're going to show them how
So
to
I'm going to
make
show
it.
you how to make it with this. So that if that's okay, because then it's not a bad colour too. So this for the little spout, it's best when you have this beside you. So if you start with this, you don't want this to be too thick, so you make this one a bit thinner as you go. Don't fuss over it, just cut 1, 2. So you have your spout. And then as you cut the back off, take it to here. So you're looking at it and your spout goes up this way and down this way. So you have your spout done. You see that? So once you've done it, you can then take it over to your board and leave it to dry off slightly. And then there, that will be your spout. Put little bits of tea coming out. Then the same here.
What is that pen that you've got? Because I don't sell that. What is
This?
it? Yeah.
They're water pens.
Oh,
That's all they're called, is water pens.
right.
Yeah?
And you just put water in it or glue in it?
Well, no, I actually put vodka in it. Because vodka evaporates, or gin.
Right.
Yeah, because they evaporate very quickly.
Yeah.
So you see me doing what I do on here,
Yeah.
and I go like this.
And where do you get those from?
And FMM.
Oh, right.
And if it's water, the stain, it doesn't stain, it will evaporate, but it takes longer to evaporate.
Okay, well, a few ladies have asked me, do I sell them? I don't, but I will now. So I'll get them put in tomorrow's order.
Yeah, they
Okay.
are. You can use a brush, but I tell you what, the danger when you're using a brush is you have a pot of water here, and everybody leaves their brush inside the water. And what they do is pick the brush up and bring it to this, and it goes splosh and ruins what you've got on your boards. So you don't want that to happen. Whereas this one here, I always have on the side here, this is a wet wipe. It's always here. If it fail that it's too wet, just touch it to there, but you have more control over what you put on the cake. Yeah,
I
definitely.
just told them I will put them on the website tonight and add them to my order for tomorrow.
I'll ring Grace tonight. Sorry, Grace.
She's watching, she's meant to be. Grace is meant to be watching, so she best get
Sorry,
them on
Grace.
the order.
So, when you're doing your spout, start up here, do your S shape, and then bring this round like this. Now there's loads of different handles. You make your own, make up whatever it is you wish to make up. But look, again, bring it to there, and look at what you've got for your handle. And if I do it on that side, you can see, so you bring it to there, and there's your handle. okay? So you can do whatever, but this material, this paste is very soft. This one is set off a little bit more, look. And I like the idea of having slightly different colours with my spout. So,
well, they all want a water pen. So let me just tell you guys, if you want a water pen but you want to place your order tonight, go ahead, place your order, but put in the notes that you want a water pen, message me, and I will phone you and get it added to the bill tomorrow, because I can get them added to the order.
they're smashing, they are, because if you keep watching, I'll be doing the lettering, and you'll see what I do with the lettering, and you'll be, I know you will, you'll be blown away. I'm putting a little support in here, because we haven't really got time to let it dry.
Yeah.
So you would put your little bit of mixture. Now I love this. You know this stuff that I made with my glue and my paste? Should have gone a little bit hard now. Back into the glue, back onto there, and mix it up. And this is what is going to stick. Now I'm always telling people, you can stick the tiles on your bathroom wall with this. You can never have a shower, but you can stick the tiles on the wall. So good. So that onto there, and because I just want this to hold on, and is that about even? I'm relying on you two. Is that about even?
Yeah.
Doesn't want to stick into the up we go. That's it. And in it pushes. So remember that there's a wire in there. So only give that part to eat to the person you don't like, okay? And then if you have to leave it to dry, use something to leave it to dry. And the same on the other side. I don't know if this is going to stay for us, but we can have a go anyway. I sometimes have pieces of spaghetti to do this.
That's a good idea, isn't
And
it?
put the spaghetti, yeah. So pretend we want that down there. And that should be holding there for us. So, yeah, spout is okay. Okay, so we'll just dress it now, so we can get on. Are we okay for time?
We are.
Marvellous.
It's going to be a long session, this. We've been on an hour and a half. Thought you said you were quick, you Carol.
So,
You've got another cake and a load of flowers to make yet.
ah, they'll be all right. These here, we've got
Lots of
about,
people have said that they've got their order ready, they're just waiting for the gingerbread man.
this here is some dust. Let it dry off. Now, I would have let this dry about 2 hours, maybe. And I put a little bit of dust on it, and then onto here it goes. So you'll want to put, you know, your kitchen roll. So out of here, careful does it. And onto here. And if you twist a piece of kitchen roll and leave this here till the morning, there goes the handle. Leave that there till the morning. I quite often put a clip here, you know, a little clip. Yeah, you have one.
Oh, well. I'll run off again. Your husband would be wondering why I keep running past him.
Nah, he's probably asleep. So could you just sit back up there, please? Thank you very much. And this one here. Now I should have a little yellow on here. And the finer brush, touch into the yellow and onto this lid. And you have 5 petals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She says as she... And this one. And then the edges of these, we only have tonight, we only have pink dust and yellow dust. So, you know, that's what you have to have. Always from the outside in. Thank you. And look at what that does to them.
Oh, they look really pretty, don't they?
It just is amazing to think that we've just done these half an hour since, and look what we've got.
They're really pretty.
And these will help also, if you've let these dry off, they'll help also with holding up this. So if you, I think, you know what, I'm going to not put this in.
I was going to say, it looks like it's holding.
Yeah, but I want it to just hold there, because on here, I'm going to put a little piece of my sticky stuff. And then hopefully this will help hold that up.
Yeah.
And
Clever girl.
there's all methods in your madness when you know what you're doing. A little bit on there. And then we can decide exactly. Now we'll pretend, okay?
That we've used safety seal.
We have safety seal in this, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
Do you want to
safety
explain
seal.
to them what safety seal is? It is on our website, by the way.
Well, it's like a wax, and you put it in the microwave and let it melt, and then when it melts you put your wire into it, and when you take it out they're covered in wax, and it makes it food safe for you to stick into your cake.
It means that you don't have to use those pot sticks to stick in.
Yeah. But like we said, if you don't have them, you know, cheat.
Use those straws.
Yeah. And so you put in as many little sprays, or, you know, as many things as you want to hide, and you pop these in. So, and they don't always have to go, you know, around the teapot. They can go like this. So you can stick a couple up here. Now all of these have been wired up tonight. All of these little sprays of leaves. So don't be telling me, oh my goodness, I have to do those 24 hours in advance and all of this. All you need is a little confidence. So get to it now, because you have to practice for 38 years.
38 years.
38 years. And then you can get it all done. Now I really need to run around that side to see what this looks like, because, you know, upside down it doesn't look up, it looks okay.
Yeah.
So
It's looking good.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
should
like
we
it.
leave that
Yeah.
to
We'll
the
leave that to
side?
go dry. Yeah. So what do we think, guys? How pretty is that? Who's going to be making teapots this weekend? Very pretty, Carol. Well done.
Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the quick roses,
Yeah.
and then we can just stop for a second and I'll get prepared for the last
Right.
one.
And I'll finish
Yeah?
off decorating some of my cakes.
So yeah, so it's, what time do we need to finish here?
We can finish whenever you're ready.
Right. So
So, no, we've got plenty of time, Carol. Don't worry. They'll all sneak up. They're all loving this anyhow.
Okay,
All the
so
hearts and kisses are coming along. So while you're having a quick tidy up, let's go back to one of these then. So I am over here. So which one have I not used? So I've used that one. I've not used this pink one, I don't think. Yeah, I have used the pink one. Here's the pink one. The little beige one. So again, just going to stab it all around with my buttercream. So the colours that I've used, girls, is the Colour Splash Gel range. I've used the lime green, the Christmas red, the pink, the pale pink, the Christmas red, the orange and the lime green are all in the Halloween set. So anybody who bought Nifty Nozzles last week and did the unicorn bundle, they're in the unicorn set of Colour Splash gels. And they're so delicate, these, they are lovely. All the same principle, on, off, And a few of you have asked for the recipe. I actually have put the recipe there. It's on our website. If you go to our website, go to shop and drop down in the shop section, and then it'll say how to use Nifty Nozzles and the buttercream recipe. You'll find it there. If you open up each nozzle, any nozzle, pick any nozzle, and open it up, and the buttercream recipe's there as well. Just don't do it on the mini ones because I have a feeling I didn't put the recipe on. But it is on all the others. Doesn't this look lovely, this lime green with the orange? So we've got that one. So I've just done a duplicate. I've done 5 now. So while Carol's getting herself ready, tell me when you're ready, Carol.
Okay, I'm just going to roll this.
So I'll just do this one quickly. You don't have to have all the same nozzles on, so let's squeeze. Let's squeeze. Put one there. Put one there. Done that one a bit too long. Knock him off. Squeeze. Let's get this lovely red one here that I liked. Let's mix and match. Let's get the little red leaves out.
Okay, just this last one,
Right,
and then when you're ready.
I've done, I'm going to just finish this one off.
I love that colour that you're doing.
This red,
That's
Christmas red. But I did tell the ladies how to cheat to get the really dark red. If they want to use buttercream from white to red, they will have to put a lot of Christmas red in. And what I do is, like, butter lasts for as long as the date on the packet. So if you've made buttercream, put all your old buttercream out your piping tips into a bowl, mix it together, it'll give you a yucky base colour. And that yucky base colour is what you really need for your dark colours. And once you've got that sort of yucky base colour, then it's so easy to add the red and get the dark red. Much easier than going white to red.
So ready when you are.
Yeah, so there we go, John. Ready when you are. Now, a lot of people have been asking about this, Carol, because people have, they get confused over this, or it's the easy rose cutter you use in there, isn't it?
This here is our easiest rose ever.
Yeah.
It's called.
Yeah.
And when this size, there's 2 in a package.
Yeah.
And then there's a larger one.
Yeah.
You don't start with one size and finish with another size. If you start with this size, you finish with this size.
All right. That's good to know.
So you can put half a layer, 1 layer, 5 layers, 2.5 layers, whatever you want. Whatever you want. They all get done around the same way. So I'm going to put onto my pad, pick this one up, and you can do it with your rolling pin. I'm going to do it with whatever's comfortable for me for obvious reasons.
You know, Carol, you've done very well with that hand of yours. And I don't think they realise just how black and blue you actually are today.
So, like I said, tomorrow I'll be like, oh, poor me. And then just moisture in the middle. Moisture in the middle. Fold this over. Now this is very important. See these 2 little niches here? Very important that you keep them even. If they're even, all of this is even for you. Now I put a bit more on here. And start from this end, and I'm going to roll like that. Everyone worries about this petal, but don't worry. Look, stand it up and then just continue. Look how I don't really pull at this. Don't push at it. I just let it roll. Same here. And if you see what I'm doing with this, go right to the very edge of your paste. Don't worry if it breaks a little tiny piece. I never worry. And right around, and again, same thing. And then you just continue. So you make it as big or as small as you want. And they're all these roses are basically made the same. Now, there's where I finished, that's where I'm going to start. Roll, and then just keep rolling, look. When I get to that stage, I'll pick up a little paintbrush, and I'll open these out. and give them a twist and so on. Now if you look on the bottom of these, they're quite flat, like this. Can you see? Yeah? Can you see that?
We can.
Then
That's
I
beautiful.
take the bottom off this because I like these to be a little bit on the rounded side. These are meant for making, not wiring, just making and putting directly onto the cake. That's what they're meant for. So you know that thing that I was saying earlier on? Very nice for people like mum-in-laws who think, oh, flowers, can I eat them?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And there they are. That's it.
How easy is that? That's
Right.
lovely.
Now, we are a bit pushed for time, so I'm going to do one of these roses.
Oh, don't panic. They're all enjoying watching it.
Look.
You know what? If it's longer, it's longer.
This here is a piece of paste. It is, if you have this cutter, you make your cone to fit. So round in a ball and then a cone. And you make it to fit. So it fits from the, see the inside here, from halfway down there. Don't forget to bring it halfway down here, right? And you know that that is going to go around your cone. This is a 20 gauge wire. It's a heavy wire because it's a heavy flower. So I personally burn my wires and put them into the sugar, and then I can use them instantly.
Yeah, so you did it before.
I don't be hanging around, okay? So here's one I made earlier, so we'll plop that on there. And again, you see I don't worry if I have the same colour, the different colour on there. And then I've cut two of these out. That's this cutter too, okay? Right, I quite like this one, if it's possible to use. Go that side and that side. And just on all of them. See how I said earlier, don't hold on to your paste, hold on to your pad and allow the
That's
paste
a
to
good tip,
move.
because I would probably hold on to the
Yeah,
paste.
allow the paste to move, allow it to move. It isn't the best angle to be
I'm
working
loving
with,
your rose,
but
Carol.
now this one here, turn that over. And I'm just going to give this a little bit, of course this is a little piece sticky on the other side. Okay. Now this one first, flat one first. Bring your moisture right up and bring your moisture onto your cone as well. Now I use these marvellous things. Oh yeah. Anyway, onto my finger and put your thumb underneath so that the wire comes down through your finger and thumb. Pick the first one up and stick it to your paste, to your cone here. I'm putting my right side and I'm tucking it in. Then I'm going to miss this one. And I'm taking the left side and I'm tucking that in. So can you see that? Can you see that angle that these are?
Yeah.
And so bring that one around that way, that one around that way. And try and hide the cone as best you can. Now go back, this one. Don't worry if it plops off. Tuck behind that one and behind that one. And there's three on there. Tidy, tidy. And then pick this one up, a little bit of moisture. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put 4 back up again. And that's them.
How lovely.
And I think we saw the flowers earlier in the little tiny teapot.
Yeah.
Just twist them. That's all these are. That's all they are. And we'll show you at the end the finished result and chat to you about them. But that's it. Then I just leave them to dry.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very quick, Carol.
So, and you can make them in white and dust them up in whatever colours you like as well. So, and now we usually have so we're sticking them in here.
She's sticking them in our marshmallow, Maria.
Sure, you know, if you're dead tomorrow, you'll know what killed you if you eat that.
Sticking them in our marshmallow. We'll still eat it, don't worry. We don't care.
Okay, so now I'm just going to now get my stuff ready and do the little gingerbread.
Right,
Okay.
So do you want me to?
So if you want to do anything else,
So what other nozzles have I not used here now then? Let me just see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just put that one there together. 5. What have I not used? Don't know what I've not used. I've not used this nice green one. So I'll stick this little green one on. I love this lime green colour. And by the looks of it, you guys love it as well. So you're all into your bright colours. So we're just, again, exactly the same. So I'm just going to put that one up there. And I'm just going to mix the nozzles together now. So put that one in there. That one in there. So these come in sets, guys. And I've done that one a little bit too small. But these are done in sets, and these are in sets of 9. I don't know if I will have them at Cake International, if I'm honest. Mainly because they are selling fast. And I think that we might get sold out online first. But don't worry, we'll have plenty in time for Christmas, so you can order off the web. I might have some for cake and bake, so I'll just use 2 little nozzles on there. You tell me when you're ready, Carol. And I've done this one. I've got this little orange one, I've done that one. I'm trying to think which one's already done. I've got this one here. This is a lovely one. It's a nice red one here. So this is the 7-petal rose, actually. We do this in the larger one as well. But this is just a nice little mini version. And he looks quite nice with a... So as I've said, the buttercream recipe is under each nozzle, or you can go to shop and you'll find it in the drop down menu there. Just go to shop and you'll find, just keep going down, and it says how to use Nifty Nozzles and the buttercream recipe. It's all together.
I've just found my white sugar paste that I was looking for everywhere.
Well, the one that after having me running across the house. Your husband thinks I'm a nutcase. He says, "Why do you keep running past?"
It's okay, I've already warned him.
Eh?
Yeah, I'd already warned him. Yeah.
So there you go. How pretty is those? So are we ready for you again, Carol?
Yeah.
Now? Right,
Yeah,
ready for
ready
Carol
when
now?
you are. Okay, I've just got a piece of this nice colour that I'm using is autumn leaf.
What is it? Autumn leaf?
Autumn leaf, yeah.
That's the sugar flare range, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. You can use that. There used to be, we used to use a lot of droplets, and we had a colour called Old Gold that we used a lot for this. But if you've still got some old droplets, because can I have some of that in that glass? Yes, please.
It's boiling in there, isn't it?
You know the liquid colours, and if we put them in, they absolutely make our paste squidgy and horrible. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want one, Maria?
Yes, please.
Leave it, Maria.
And it's hot.
We're always hot in this kitchen. I don't think everybody realises
You look
just
like
how
me.
warm we are.
This little chappy, I'm just going to make him, close him up a little tiny piece. And the only reason I do that is because I want to put little trousers on him.
Are you going to put trousers on him, Maria?
I do, yeah. So, but he hasn't got, if you look in the packet, he actually has,
yeah, show them what they get in
they
the
come with these, they're lovely.
So these are brand new, aren't they? These
Oh,
have only just been
never
released,
in a
haven't
man's
they?
back, so to speak, saying goes.
So we're the first ones to get them,
This
guys.
is for a little girl, so it's a little dress.
Oh, right,
And the little boy
fantastic.
has the jacket and the bow tie, or you can put that on for a little girl's hair.
Yeah.
So if you want a little bow. So there's a larger one, and then the smaller one.
Fantastic.
And for his little trousers, because we don't get little trousers, if you just take a piece of paste, I'm going to take it that side and pop them on like that. Okay, then take your knife and scribe, push it into there, and we can cut across there and into there, and then into here, cut that and cut that.
I'll see if we can open the windows now, if that wind has stopped a bit.
It doesn't sound so fierce, does it?
No, it's calm now.
It might have dropped, yeah. Right, so we can take, with his little trousers, I like to know, if you're going to even them off, just do it with your craft knife. And so lift up and pull away.
Yeah, it's much calmer like that now. I've opened the windows.
Oh, so it won't be any problem really going home. The M6 might actually be opened. Although I don't think we're going on that anyway. So there we are. So there's his little red trousers on there.
How cute.
But then with his, we'll give him an orange jacket. And the little one, cornflower, orange jacket. Give it a tap. I put this down as the centre. If you want to make little lapels, just mark it out like so. But I actually just do tiny little buttons. Let's do red buttons, look. Whoa!
I might have said that too soon. Did you feel that wind there?
Yeah.
Trish said it's getting worse.
I'm
It's
thinking-
getting worse in Kazakhstan. Ooh.
I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to be worried about you. Don't get blown off your feet. Little piece of moisture down the middle. Pick up with your craft knife. These are probably too big, but you'll get the gist. Yeah, miles too big, look. So we put 2 on, and then use this and put another little hole in there for that. And that's his little jacket. So, a little bit of moisture.
How cute.
And put all this so you can stick it on like that and together.
Gives it a nice 3D
Okay.
effect, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then for a little bow we will give him, I think one of this colour here.
You get a little bow in the set as well, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so his little bow tie.
It's quite good that they remember the ladies, isn't it? They put the dress
Yes.
in as well.
Yeah, it's only fair.
So so it won't be gingerbread men anymore now. That's why it's called gingerbread people.
You know, I love these. I love these especially because next year, next week rather, my grandchildren are coming up to spend
Yeah.
time with me. And every time they come up, I have something new to show them.
Yeah.
And we make things, and we make, we'll do gingerbreads this year, I know we will.
Yeah.
And they will be gifts for their families on mummy's side. And they will be, we also put little holes in them, or we stick ribbons on the backs of them, hang them on the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And they just are, just, you know, really, I'm rooting now for some dark colour. Sorry guys, but I'll just get my box down here and put it up here. We have a little black in here.
Well, we must be getting the mildest part of it, because so far someone's got a tree in the garden, somebody else has got next door's fence in their garden.
It
We
is,
shouldn't moan us, should
no.
We haven't been out yet.
we?
Okay, tiny piece, cut in half again. And this is where I like when we have alcohol in, because you can just spread it across.
And then it just
But-
dries off.
and it just dries, it just disappears. And we'll give him a little tiny red nose. And then I usually just do for a little smile, like so. And if you want, you can mark all these out if you want to make little feet and so on. I just do like a little
Yeah.
twist and there. But I've got a cocktail stick here. And he goes up his foot, like that. And he gets dried off like that.
Right.
Okay, so I actually have a little hat on the other one. The little hat is just made. It's a little ball. I think that's even too big. A little ball. Press it down. And another little ball on the top. Like this. And cut the back off. And then when you put on there, stick that there. And he has a little hat on. So if you get to Christmas, you put a little Christmas hat on him, and so on. Or you can put...
John's so overwhelmed, he dropped the iPad.
John's having a snooze. So we pop that on there.
He's been very quiet tonight, John.
This poor man hasn't had a chance. And I'm going to roll this. This is the hardest part I'm finding.
That scared everybody when he dropped off the counter.
I thought the roof had come.
Eh?
I thought the roof had blown off.
I think they all jumped.
Yeah, that's so many.
Well, they're all loving it, Carol, so don't worry. They're all saying they're enjoying it, so it's great. I think, Robert, you might be right. John's back's giving. He suffers with a bad back when he's here on a Monday night, you know, because he's bent over all the time.
Poor man only got in from work 10 minutes before we started.
Well, we make him work hard.
He was allowed to have a bit of something to eat, and then it was off again.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've rolled now, so I'm just making sure that this is about the depth I need. So you can see it's much more than the depth I need. So I'm only going to cut the bottom of this. And I'm going to cut one side of this down here. So put a little onto here.
Cat Riley missed you falling off the bench. She was placing her order.
I love it.
I don't think it can be replicated.
And that we just roll around. And this is where we say a little prayer. Oh, please, please, please fit. But it doesn't. Now, here, I always put my finger on the outside of this, like here. And I put the knife inside and I run it along my finger. And that takes it to the top. You see that?
We'll have enough there to fill in that gap.
Absolutely. Now if you use your vegetable knife for that, you'll chop your finger off. See? So this is called cheating, but it is also one of the things I like because, first of all, I need to make sure...
Well, you know what, Carol? People will have the same problem, so it's good for them.
Absolutely. I think that we're going to tidy...
So many people think that they've got it measured right and then they're heartbroken when it
tidy
ends up
that.
like this.
And then I'm going to put a piece in here, but what I'm going to do is just widen that a tad. Cut that straight, but don't worry about the others. And I'm going to put my moisture all along here, look. Take this, bring it to here. And now take where that comes to here. So I'm going to just up here, take that off. Take that off. And then with my knife and scribe, just come into it. And the same on that side. And tidy that up. And if you have a smoothers, you can use that. If you haven't got a smoothers, you can use these.
Oh, go on.
See? There we are. I love these. I love my pads. So, and then I'm just going to do the top.
Robert says it's not cheating, it's improvising.
That's the one.
Well done, Robert. Absolutely right.
Well done. I'll remember that word.
Yeah. If you haven't got it there and then, use something else quickly. Improvising.
and do your circle for the top. Now, of course, you can do where I'm turning this over, sorry guys, you can do this all in one, but you've seen that I'm doing it in two, and it gives a more defined finish to the top of it. I just found one of the dog's hairs. It can't be mine.
Yeah, I think you were stroking Poppy when she was after your dinner, wasn't she?
Yes. Asking for a chip. And she got one.
Yeah. I've took them all upstairs out of the way.
Right. Tidy that up. Look. Sorry. And then over that goes. And even already you can start to see that it's got a nice shape to it. Okay, this is how you tidy up then. When you're in a hurry. This here.
Oh, don't panic. They're all watching and they're all enjoying it, so you know what, don't worry.
I just don't want them to be making their Ovaltine and going to bed on it.
They won't make their Ovaltine and go to bed on us, so stay with us.
I was going to say, if you are, I'll have a cup. I don't mind. Right,
they're all awake again since after I dropped the iPad.
Oh,
He's woken them up.
yeah, I like that.
You're actually doing a lot in this session, Carol, and that's what everybody remembers when you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you've not come on and done one little thing, you're doing a lot.
Well, I think as well, when we've done this, I don't even think, if you don't do the whole lot, you get the gist of what you're doing.
Stacey said she's made her hot chocolate, but she's still watching.
Oh. Right.
Anne's in bed watching.
Cornflower. Make good bedtime reading, don't we?
Staying with you. Cat's staying with you. They're all staying.
Now there's 3 in the set of this. Okay, so it depends on what size you've used here, what size of this you want to use.
Yeah.
But this one is quite big. So if you start using it, then you lose to do the bottom one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use the middle one. Now I've cornfloured the board so that moves. If this moves,
they're all staying to the end. So don't worry, Carol. They're all said they're staying to the end. Good team, good team. It's good to see that you're also supportive, because you know when everyone comes along and does a demo, you know, they want to make sure that you get to see everything. And Carol's actually showing you a hell of a lot of things tonight.
So that's out of there. Now I'm going to tap, but I'm going to tap on here with this hand.
Oh, they were easy.
Okay? And so when we're doing these, you start here. But you don't go either side. What you do is you come to the other side. And
why is that then?
well, because you don't know how many you need. And so if you start from here and you start working around, you might then get that you need a half of one, but it's too late. You've already stuck them on.
Yeah.
So if you do it like this, then as you get around, you see that you have a little gap either side, and you can maneuver them to make them look even.
Clever
yeah.
girl.
So
clever girl.
You just do all 4 and then work from there. Work from the middle.
Jo says her iPad is running out of power, so she's now sitting in the dog bed as it's nearest to the PowerPoint.
So that's all right.
That's a proper trooper.
We don't mind being in the being in the dog house.
A proper trooper sat in the dog bed. Good girl.
So you'll see. Look, see what's happening now. As I put them in, they're all now fitting, but they're slightly overlapping just on the bottom. So that's how you can get, and you can, when you get to the other side, you'll probably find that you've cut one short, or right into the middle.
I tell you what,
into the middle.
All the husbands and sons are helping out. They're all making their mums and wives cuppas here, according to this, while they're all sticker watching. Hey, I know, we'll have to have ours after.
I could complain about mine, but I better not, because he's going to drive us home. And he didn't really, he said, you know, does he really need to come tonight? And
The American says it's only the afternoon, so they're quite happy.
All right,
Take
okay.
as long as you like.
Okay. Right. I just would like to do a little piece of the top, but I also want to do the where I put the white ribbon on. Don't want that one. Doesn't look nice, does it? Now, these pick up and stick on. I should think if you were doing this, you know, for real, and you're not doing it in a hurry.
Yeah, well, this is what they need to remember, Carol. You are doing this in a
Yeah,
hurry.
this would be...
I think everybody would be very happy if they could decorate a cake that quickly.
Well, I think this would take you approximately 2 hours. That is, if you're making the Rice Krispie to the finish, it can take you 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if you are trying to do something in a hurry, especially with the kids, and the kids can do this themselves. Do you see what's happening here?
Yeah.
These are not quite fitting. Because again, if you want these to be exact, put a bit of greaseproof paper around it, fold it into 4 or 8 or whatever, and see how many of these fit in, and then you'll get them exactly even. Yeah? So, now on the tops, she's screwing these up.
I was going to say, what are you screwing them up? You forgot your tops.
So I'm not wired up properly, that's what it is. And there's the tops. So I'm just going to do the front for you, okay? Is that all right?
Yeah. The thing is, Carol, you know, in the short time you've been here, you've actually shown a lot, and that's what people do appreciate. They
Well,
appreciate, there's nobody moaning here, so they appreciate that you've shown them a lot of things in such a short time.
I think if you're going to do something like this,
And
I
if they
really
were making
do.
it at
Yeah.
home, they would have to, you know, they'd
Yeah.
be doing it much slower.
And I think, you know, we don't often get an opportunity to be able to come and show you things like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's nice to be able to show you
And
as
let me
much
say
as
that
possible.
they do appreciate it.
Yeah, as
Don't you,
much as
team?
possible.
Show your appreciation.
Yes, you
They
know,
do.
but
You know what? They come every Monday and watch it. Everybody who comes along, so they do watch it.
it's which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So you can see there, yeah?
Julie Smith, we appreciate it. They all understand. Gillian says they understand. Elaine sending her love. And look, all the love hearts and likes are coming across now, telling you.
See,
Hey.
which is what we love as well.
Yeah. John's back might not love it. John's doing some exercises here.
Gonna say. Okay, then a little piece of
They've just said they're saying they're all comfortable sat at home. It's you who's giving
Right.
up your time, and it's much appreciated.
well, I'm
And it's
having.
all the little tricks that college don't teach you, but experience does. So thank you. See, that's the thing. You're showing them things where they wouldn't learn these little things.
No, you. I mean, I have to say, there's a lot of people say that to me. Oh, I went to college for 3 years, but nobody showed me how to do
No,
that.
that's it.
But you know, and I said it to you earlier. I hate to admit that I'm,
You know, and Carol, you've got to
45
remember,
with Alzheimer's, but you know, I've been doing it for about
you've also got to
35
remember
years.
you're working with a bruised hand,
I know.
2 poorly fingers, a bruised knee. You've done very, very well.
I just think tomorrow morning I'll go to get out of bed and I'll be like, oh! What a good reason to stay in bed. I couldn't stay in bed.
They're all saying it's such a good night. They've learned so much. Thank you.
Now I'm just going to test, so I need to roll this a little piece more. And I'm going to use a ribbon wheel on this. And it could be a bit longer, but we'll just do the front.
One lady says she's really pleased because she's loads of these moulds and didn't have a clue how to use them.
Which
So
is,
she's really pleased.
yeah. This is a ribbon wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I watched
this is
a
a
video on that,
multi-ribbon
which is
wheel.
great.
Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love
I
it.
watched you do the stripes on it the other day.
You do get 2 of these, 2 stitchy ones and 2 fancy ones. with these are spacers as well. So for this, I do 1 spacer. And all these spacers go back on here, and that goes back on there. When you're going to roll this, or cut this is stuck. Everything else I tell you, move it, move it, move it. But this is stuck on the board. So that goes down here, and it cuts what you want. I'm leaning quite hard on this as well. So let's cut the top off that. And here's my ribbons. And 3, I only cut 3. So for this, I'd put this around the top and make sure you go all the way with this. And so this gets stuck here.
Do you want to come here, Marie?
I'm going to go and then the little uneven piece, just get your craft knife and chop it off. Did you see that?
I did, yeah. Don't worry, Christina Ludland did it with red once.
Oh,
She dropped red powder all over the worktop. She was mortified, but it all comes out though.
yeah. Right, a little bit more. And of course, if you want to join, you just join. But we're just going to go around the bottom now. Around the bottom. Okay, is that visible?
Yeah.
Does it look like we finished that part? So we'll then put this, and so it goes around here.
So we'll just explain to a few others that have just joined that because of time, you're just doing the front of the cake now.
Yeah. You'll be able to
It's not like
see.
you've missed anything, you're just doing that at the front.
Yeah, and we'll be able to show you the finished article when we get, you know, like here's one I've done earlier.
Yeah.
And for those of you who remember the Blue Peter one, and push that together so that they join up. And there's your top piece. Okay. And then if you take your, I'll take this colour and I will take yellow, I think. She says.
The yellow's the colour yellow.
No.
Oh, sugar base.
Yeah, because I'm going to make a bowl.
Wendy says she's been using her ribbon tool all wrong. So she's pleased to have known how to use it. I must admit, I sat there and watched you last night on a little YouTube video. I have put the YouTube video on the ribbon tool. So if anybody buys the ribbon tool, go into the information and you'll be able to watch Carol's video where she makes a stripy cake.
Yeah, yeah. God, I forgot I'd done
I found
that.
as many videos as I could and linked them to all the things that you did.
These here should be approximately the same size, right? Approximately, she says. And so look, that's spot on, yeah? That, so right, so now cut in half. And if you don't want these to squash like this, okay? When you do this, roll it. And if you roll it, then it won't squash for you. And you start to go in, and it stays in a bit of a circle
So
for you.
you just said, what's your name on YouTube? But it's just under FMM.
Just Carol Haycox, yeah. FMM Carol Haycox.
Yeah, just search for Carol Haycox and you should come up. Not with an S, Carol Haycox. Haycox. And it should come up. Or if you go to the FMM. To be fair, every product that Carol's used tonight, she has done a little tutorial. So if you go into each product, you'll see the video. I've already added the video links. So this is cool.
Okay, so I've just done the ball into 3. Cut them in half, then cut each one into 3, and then squash them together.
That's cool. It's good.
And that's what you've got.
Dory Frost says she's had a ribbon tool for years and not known how to use it. Stuck in a drawer.
Which is crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Once you start using it, Dory, though, you're going to be well embraced.
Yeah.
You're making loads of striker cakes.
It's the best. You know, we used to do drapes.
Yeah.
It is the best and easiest and quickest drape maker ever. Ever. It is so good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do another one. Yeah. So I'll see you here tomorrow morning, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, John. Little weenie, just to make a little ball. So and we'll stick this onto the cake. To make it flat, just put it back into your hands and then roll again, and they'll be flat. And then hopefully this little chap,
It's going to be sat. He's here. He's here.
is going to stay upright for us. He should do.
The other one, oh, actually, it's fairly firm, isn't he? Yay! Right, Carrie, just need to turn your cake round because we've got half the side.
Like this.
Yeah,
That's it. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going a bit more. There.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Okay.
So you need to turn it
And could you just turn around, please?
Yeah, that's it.
And then another little ball on there.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I have, I've kept them on this on here. And I should have on here, there's 2 stars that I have. I'll put the larger one onto this. And what I like to do is just this, because I don't want these to have a little mark in the middle. Right?
We're already requesting you to come back, Carol.
Bless.
Come back again.
So, see, and then I'll pick these up with this brush and put them into place. And if it won't lift up straight away, and now that you can just put in there. If it won't lift up, just turn it over, look, put that, it sticks to my finger okay, but not the brush. Just push a brush underneath, and there it is. And I think that's all that's on him, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Well done, Carol.
So
guys, what do we think? We've already got loads of wows anyhow. So come on, show your appreciation. How cute is this little gingerbread man cake at the circus? Won't the kids just love it?
he's just easy, and like
Yeah.
we started him at about 20 to 10.
Yeah, absolutely
And
brilliant. I
so,
love it.
yeah, if we had another half an hour, we can finish all of that
Round the
off.
side. You've done
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
amazing there.
So,
Goes well, we're absolutely loving that. So let's just go back to what we've done here then.
so shall I bring this
We'll
over
finish
to
this
you?
now, absolutely.
So this little flower that we made on like this quick one, I just put on here and using the little blossoms, just enhanced it. This little one has 3 in here, can you see that? And that is where the cutter has been cut in half, and I've just rolled 5, 5, 5. And then on the outside, I've actually used this cutter on the outside of this twice. Okay, so that just makes it a little different, that's all. And these two are just made exactly the same way as I showed you how to make this. These are made out of flour paste, which is why they look finer. This one is made out of a mixture. And I personally prefer them when they're made out of a mixture, because it makes them a bit more, a bit bigger. So that's how they're made. The little other yellow one that I put on the wire, these ones, these were made in white.
You've
And
made that one there tonight, that yellow one, haven't you?
yeah,
Just
so
for
that is the wired one that I done. Remember? They're the same. Extra petals on. I just kept going. I've got about 4 lots of petals on here. This one has 2 lots of petals. That one has 1 lot of petals. These here are the same rows that I showed you, only I've just dusted them up purple and put some stamens in them and some rose leaves. That's it. So easy. But you know, there's loads of things that you have in your box that you don't realise you have in your box.
Yeah.
And you can use them all together and mix and match, and so that's it. So, and I think, and then, well, you see the little teapot, bless it. It has survived, look. See, I quite like the flower being slightly open like this.
Well, that shows
And,
it.
yeah.
You want it really open, don't you? I think absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
We've still got some tissue paper in there as well, haven't we?
This rose that we put on the front here, this flower that we put on the front here, that looks absolutely lovely if you just emboss with it and then do brush embroidery on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do brush embroidery leaves. Just emboss them with your cutters.
I have to say, Carol, that's a lovely peony, that actually, because it's not wide or anything. It's absolutely lovely, isn't it? Do you want to just go over the top of that, John, there, so they can see?
It's not wired, and it, you know, I mean, we put a bit of dust on it, but you think when you put this, like this is a cerise colour, so it really makes things. And inside here, I've got a bit of yellow. You can do that with them as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
brilliant.
So I hope everybody enjoyed that, and we're going home.
Not yet, you're not.
Well, in a minute we are.
Well,
Let
guys.
first.
Well, guys, don't we say a big thank you to Carol? Absolutely fantastic. The poor woman's actually fell over, hurt herself today, and where I thought she might not make it due to the storm, she's trooped down the motorway in that storm, and I think, we're not sure.
Resting my hand.
Yeah, two very poorly fingers, a bruised arm, a bruised leg, everything's hurting, and I think she's done incredibly well, and I'm sure you guys do too. Have you enjoyed it? Yeah, great. So we're always grateful for you joining us. Everything that Carol's shown you tonight is actually on the website. So if you want to buy anything tonight, it's on the website. You'll be the first to buy the gingerbread men. They've only just come out. The peony, I think, is fantastic. The ribbon cutter and the water pen. I've never known anybody go so mad for a water pen. Now, these are not on the website, but if you've already placed your order tonight, if you want one, send me a Facebook message. I'll give you a call tomorrow and we can add it to your order. I'll get them ordered in for tomorrow. So if you want one of these, I can't even tell you how much they are actually, but just tell me you want one and we'll give you a call tomorrow, and I'll let you know how much they are then, and I'll put them on the website tonight as well. So just to recap what Carol's done. So this is one that she made earlier. And Carol, we never used the numbers, the alphabet,
Didn't do the letters.
So we never did the letters. So maybe in catch-up she'll show you how to do the letters. So this is the one that she made earlier and she was able to complete in her own time. And this one she's made at super speed here, which, to be fair, you can't knock it. What was it, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
You decorated that, so you can't knock that. So 20 minutes, and albeit it's not finished, you know, and it's a much bigger one, this one as well.
Yes.
Don't forget. So we've done this one. She's done the roses, and I've got the Baby Nifty Nozzles, which I've shown you as well. They're new on the website. I think we've answered all your questions. Buttercream recipe is on the website. Karen and I are going to stop now, have a quick cup of tea, and we aim to be back for 10:30 for anybody who wants to join us and ask us any more questions.
Yeah.
And thank you, Carol. I hope she comes back and joins us again and gives us more hints and tips in the new year.
My fingers get better.
Yeah. And you may see her at CI. She's running the whole stand by herself at CI, so pop along and say hi to her there too.
And Grace's daughter.
And Grace's daughter. Oh, she's on it as well, right? Okay. Grace is from FMM Cutters. So yeah, very good. Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy.
Super.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much, guys. See you in 10 minutes for those of you who want to come to catch up and ask your questions then. Bye bye.